Right now, everyone says robots are the future. They're actually here. We just haven't adopted them yet. So I think any situation, a comedy, a drama, a soap opera, to have a robot in the background would fit perfect.
Welcome to Breakfast Bite. Today we are celebrating the release of Season 5 of Only Murders in the Building, which features our very own Cruzr robot who's making his Hollywood debut. So I'm here with Matt and Matthew, and we're talking about the entire process. So Matt, why don't you go ahead and tell us how it started?
Yeah, I was lucky enough that I was the one that got to speak with Diane, the prop master of Only Murders. And so she reached out to us and she was looking for a robot for their production. But she was looking for something a little bit unique, something different from what we typically do here at RobotLAB. Most of ours are food delivery and cleaning robots, things of that nature. But she was looking for something that wasn't quite humanoid, but still had a robotic look to it. She was looking for something that was camera friendly, but also friendly for height purposes. She didn't want something that would be intimidating or large. And so we had a couple different solutions, but essentially what we did is we made a addition tape, and we had Cruzr right here introducing a couple different solutions that we had, doing dances, being able to show customized faces on Cruzr, and it's essentially what we came to being the best solution for her, and Diane loved it.
Yeah, I remember you actually had Pepper introduce every single one of our robots, so we gave her a look at everything we had, but like you were saying, with the height and overall look, we figured Cruzr would be the best experience for the actors and the crew working with him. But Matthew, why don't you talk to us about how that audition tape kind of was put together?
Yeah, so that was a fun process. So Matt talked to me one day and he's like, hey, I've got this thing. And I was like, really? That's interesting. So that's what this turned out to be. And so basically we got the robot out. It was kind of a cool robot that when I first started here, I gravitated towards. It wasn't something that I standardly need to learn. It was just, it caught my eye and my attention. So that was kind of the push to show it to them and do an audition with it because we thought it would catch their eye as well. And so we put together an audition. Basically, we get on the computer, program it to kind of say what it wanted to say, program it to move where it moves, and do all sorts of commands with its arms and stuff. And so we did a little audition tape for them, set it up, and kind of send it off to them to see how they would like it.
Yeah. I mean, we had it. I remember we had you feed it lines like you would see in a typical audition slate where it's saying like, "Hello, my name is Cruzr, and today I'm auditioning for Only Murders in the Building." So it's really cool that Cruzr was able to have those moments to be showcased. And part of that audition tape was the eyes. We had an amazing graphic designer named Melissa create the eyes. She added the mustache, so it would blink, it would move around, it would showcase different expressions that fit Cruzr. Being a robot as well as being a doorman. So it's just a really fun process kind of putting it all together.
For sure. It was something that, we went back and forth with, uploading, making sure we could upload the media and have it play consistently while still doing commands. So yeah, Melissa did some awesome work and we all kind of came together as a team and made a really cool audition tape for him.
How easy is it to actually do that though? Like when you're working on the camera and you're controlling the robot, is it super complicated? Because I imagine people think robots and think it's like those memes, seeing a bunch of calculations and figuring out everything.
Yes, so for some things robots can be a bit more complicated, but for things like Cruzr, like these things are designed to be used by people. There's cool composers, which I'm sure Paul, who's our director, will go over later and talk about what he kind of taught them and everything to work with it. And it's actually very simple. It's you put together what you want, you upload your files, and you just kind of build the structure for the robot. Basic level knowledge. So
if you could go back to day one of we first got the phone call and we're deciding what robot to use. If we couldn't use Cruzr, do you guys either have a different robot in mind that you would want to see in Only Murders in the Building?
I'm just really happy that we had Cruzr because I feel like Cruzr came off perfect. I mean, they really were looking for something unique that not a whole lot of the public has seen before. And I think, Pepper is fantastic. She's cute, she's adorable, but she has her limitations when it comes to navigation and being able to control her the way that you can with Cruzr. And just, it honestly, to me, it was a very, very good fit based off of what we have available here to really kind of hit all the points that Diane was looking for.
For me, it would be, Pepper would be a great one. She's obviously something that we use a lot for entertainment purposes and attraction. We bring her to shows a lot, and she brings in a lot of people. So it'd be really cool. What I would really hope to see maybe down the road is if they really like the robot, maybe we bring in some other use case type robots, because we have all sorts of things from like cleaning to delivery. It'd be cool to see that integrated into the entire ecosystem for them, because the endless possibilities when you start working with this stuff. So it'd be really cool for them to just kind of throw out a wild card and just bring on something unique, and random.
Yeah. Well, just so there's no confusion, Cruzr wasn't created to star in award-winning TV shows on Disney Plus and Hulu. Do you guys have, or would you guys be able to tell me what Cruzr's typical use case would be?
Yeah, so Cruzr's typical use case, this specific Cruzr with the kind of hat, you can say, on the top of it, I actually put that on there when I first started here, which is its thermal camera. And basically it can look and see people. It has AI algorithms to understand if they're wearing a mask and take their temperatures and stuff. So this is what's called the pandemic version. It's designed to basically greet people, help them, but also check temperatures and stuff to make sure people don't have fevers, and alert a staff to make sure that they know, like, hey, there's someone who entered the building, they kind of a high temperature, so they could check them out and stuff. But as its usual role is kind of like a greeter, entertainment type robot, as well as like guidance and navigation to places.